Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So here it is, the A&A Corvette Procharger Bracket AAP CC6-1. That's my Procharger head unit. This is the Procharger, part of the Procharger brackets. So it's just this, and this bag of goodies. So let me try to figure out which way this goes, what goes to the block, what goes where, and I'll be back. But as you can see, I never opened it. I actually bought this in April 2014. It's almost $1,000. And I just didn't want to be bothered with it back then when I saw it had no instructions. And I knew I'd be doing a build someday, so I just put it on the shelf, and now's the time to try to figure it out. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so I took everything out of the box and bag, laid them out on the table. So let's look at what we have. We have one skinny, shorter spacer, 3 medium spacers, 1 taller spacer, 1 long, we'll just say gold-colored bolt, 3 shorter gold-colored bolts, 4 short bolts, 1 thicker short bolt, 2, we'll just call these silver bolts, 4 thick spacers, 3 medium spacers, 4 smaller spacers, this bracket, this unit, and this unit. So let me try to figure this out. Alright guys, give me some time, I'll be back. Okay, I just called A&A Corvette. They were very nice. He told me I could go on their website and I could use their C6 Corvette Supercharger kit installation instructions as a guideline. He said there's some differences with the Procharger, but he said this will help guide me along for the most part. So I'm thrilled about that. So let me get to it and I'll be back. Okay, so I've immediately ran into problems the very first attempt to try to install the bracket. It looks like it goes in like this. You put a spacer there, you got this plate here, you use this bracket there, and these are the 2 shortest bolts they have. Now, the bolts could either be too long, or if you guys remember in an earlier video when I was doing these steam vent kits, the bolt hole is deep enough for the screws that come, but the threading only goes like halfway down the bolt hole. So I pulled out the bolts before and it's the same thing. The bolt holes are deep enough, but they were only threaded about halfway down. So do I cut these bolts, go buy shorter bolts? Alright, so we got another delay. Let me think how I'm gonna do this. I'll be back. Alright, let me show you what I've done so far. I took the 2 large silver bolts that you saw earlier with 2 of the thicker washers, and I put them through here and into the cylinder head. Right there and there. I used, I forgot which spacer this is, and this bracket. This bracket falls into a groove in this bracket. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I've literally made 0 progress today. Nothing. I just got the water pump on. The problem is the A&A Corvette Procharger Bracket. Number one, they told me to go online and use their A&A Corvette Supercharger kit installation instructions off their website. Now you could use it as a guide, but it's not exact, and things aren't matching up. For example, they're telling me to put a 6-inch long bolt through the top here. Well, the longest bolt that it comes in this kit is 4 inches. And then, I didn't know, in order for this system to work correctly, you have to cut off all 4 of these bosses. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the water pump. Which I don't care to do, you know, that's fun, stuff like that. But I already bolted the water pump on, torqued it down, got new water pump gaskets. I hooked up those hoses, and I'm getting tired of taking shit on and off 15 times. And then the other problem is that the way the Procharger is set up with the piping that it comes with, you know, the Procharger, the down pipe just goes straight down, then you got a 90, and then it loops into the intercooler over here. But the way the A&A Corvette Procharger Bracket is set up, it's now got the bracket, the outlet on the supercharger coming out on like you know, what is this, like a 135-degree angle instead of straight down, which means I have to get different piping, change things around. I don't know if it's going to work so good, if there's going to be interference with some of those hoses down there. I don't know how much time or money I'm going to spend. So I might have to do different duct work. The other problem is, let's go to the bench, I'll show you. Now this is what I've read, and this is what Procharger tells me. Let me just get this standing up here. Okay. So you see the serial number here? This is the top of the supercharger. And this is basically how it was positioned in the car originally, with the downspout pointing straight down, with the outlet pipe pointing straight down. Now Procharger tells me it's imperative that the serial number and this tag and the supercharger be positioned just like this, you know, almost straight up, with the serial numbers pointing straight up. Otherwise you're not going to get proper lubrication, something with the design of the slinger gear. But this A&A Procharger system, hold on, the way it appears to me, the A&A Procharger system has the thing almost clocked like this. So you could see that the downpipe is at like a 135-degree angle, and the label is no longer at the top. You know, the serial numbers are off to the side instead of being up like that. So is that going to affect it? I don't want to burn up this head unit here and have to go and buy another one. So I need to think about it. I need to do a little more research, make some more phone calls, because I don't want to have to do all these other alterations, these other modifications. So I might just put the original Procharger bracket and system back in. Maybe at a later date I'll deal with this. This project has been taking a lot longer than anticipated. I had 2 months of delays between the lifters and push rods, so I took off the pulley. This is a, what is it, 450 inch pulley. I believe it's 4.5 inches. So I just ordered my new pulley, which is traditionally for 12 pounds of boost. It's a 4.10 in size. It was about $100. Should get it in a few days from Procharger. If you recall earlier, by putting a bigger heads and cam in there, I'm going to lose like 3 pounds of boost traditionally. So from 9 pounds, it would bring me down to 6 pounds if I left this in. So I'm getting a 12-pound pulley, hoping it brings me back to 9-10 pound range. And you know, if it does 10 pounds, that's fine. The more the better. The motor's not going to appreciate it, but I will. Alright, Let me get cleaned up. I think that's it for today. I wish I had better... I'm not knocking them, you know. I just wish I had better instructions, you know, dedicated solely to this setup that would even tell you, you know, what you got to do with the piping, if you got to change it, what parts you got to get, just to make my life easier. You don't have so many speed shops around here. You only have one, and they're so damn expensive. And they have a very, you know, limited selection of parts. Sure, they can order you everything, but it's usually, you know, like 50% more than if you were to get it online from like Summit or Jegs. And that's a lot of money. And I'm just running out of money. That's a problem. So I think that's it for now. I had removed all the bolts from the original Procharger bracket, and which was very difficult. Oh, Jesus. And I just set these in hand tight. So this is the A&A Procharger bracket, part of it. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. If you could click the like and subscribe button, I really appreciate it. Bye-bye. And I forgot to mention that besides cutting those four bosses basically flush with this surface area right here, you also have to clearance the water pump here, right here. This area, you got to notch it out. You need to make more clearance for the belt. You gotta cut it like this out here. Grind it out, I mean. So that's just another little complication. Again, it's not that big a deal. But I already put it in. I don't feel like taking it back out. Alright. I'll be back.